Hola, hola. I am so happy and I am so grateful that money comes to you and I in increasing quantities on a continuous basis through various sources, all in a positive and peaceful manner. Good vibes only. I'm free and I'm awake. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever this message may find you. I wanted to get on here and touch bases on lies. Lies. What are lies, right? A good friend of mine, her and I were talking, and we were talking about lies, and we were talking about lies in business. We were talking about in relationships, just in general lies, because we've all told a lie. We are all human, so at one point or another, we told a lie, okay, or you tell a little white lie, and to me, little white lies are like a bunch of little lies that you tell, and then you it adds up to more lies because you got to keep lying because you told that lie. Now you got to keep going with it. You know what I'm saying? So those are what I call little white lies, and they can get you in trouble. They can cause a lot of turmoil in relationships, friendships, business. So and she was talking about business, so she made a good point where in business, especially when you are starting out your business in the beginning, there are times when you want the money and you overextend yourself. And I've ran into that problem where I've overextended myself, and I literally exhaust myself trying to hold up my end of what I said I was going to do. Okay. A lot of people are really big on their word, and they will hurt themselves, literally hurt themselves to keep their word. There are others that don't really, their word means nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you have to be mindful about what type of people you're dealing with in relationships, in business, when it comes to that, like liars. Liars. Some people lie all the time. Some people are compulsive liars, and they just lie about everything. They lie about stuff they don't even need to lie about. They volunteer lies. Then there's others where they tell a lie to keep from, somebody might be like, well, I wanted to come over and see you, and you might be like, oh no, I have a meeting. My brother was like that. Not my blood brother, but I had another brother that's like that. He just always like, oh, I'm in a meeting, but he don't be in a meeting. He just saying that shit because he don't want to be bothered with the other person or whatever, or maybe he doesn't want to make them feel bad. I don't know. He just, he would just tell people that he's in a meeting. So we were just saying like how you tell that lie, little white lies. Let me give you an example. So it's like you tell that lie and you say, well, yeah, I can do the job. And then they be like, okay, and they give you the money, and then you shooting them shit because you haven't gotten the job completed on time. You're not on schedule with the job. Maybe, somebody said you said somebody, or you was going to fix somebody's credit, and then you told them like a little lie. Maybe you were just lazy that day or depressed, or maybe something came up with your children, your family, whatever. You shoot them some shit real quick because you're not on schedule with what you said you could deliver, and whatever time frame that you said you could deliver it in. And sometimes it can make the relationship, the business, the friendship, the romantic relationship, it can make it super awkward. I'm talking about you be like, you don't even want to talk to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It could be vice versa. Or the other person is just like, damn, I can't get them on the phone. It's just like you're annoyed with the whole situation because we're over here telling lies. We're not being truthful about what we can and cannot deliver. And the worst thing you can do is do that because it's misleading. Like me and what I do for a living. There's certain things that I don't like to commit to because I feel like, A, it's not lucrative for me. And B, it's not, I don't want to come half-stepping, okay? And I know they say when you come through with business, when you got to start somewhere. But even when you're starting somewhere, you don't want to come up short, half-stepping, not pleasing the customer, not being able to get, you know, the service completed in a professional manner. It's very embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me, and when I'm on the receiving end and I'm the consumer and I'm asking for a service to be provided to me, like, I'm seriously like, I don't know. I don't personally, I get frustrated. Like, if I'm expecting a certain type of treatment and I don't get that, it really turns me off from whatever it is that I was dealing with. Now, I'm not saying like I'm like hard to deal with, like where I won't be understanding, because I am. But be honest, you know, like if you can't deliver something, you can't deliver it. It is what it is. I'd rather hear that than you telling me you can, and then I paid you my bread and you can't. You know, that's the problem. And then I'm going to feel like you're trying to play me at my money, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of things that can happen. But that goes into relationships and friendships as well. You know, if there's something that you can't do, just say that you can't do it. You know, be transparent. Because the problem that we run into with our culture, black people, is we be shooting each other shit too much. We don't need to do that. If you can't do something, you cannot do it. It's what it is. If you're trying to pursue a woman and you can't commit, you don't need to say that you can do that. If you are telling this woman that you could take care of her and you want to do this for her, why are you talking about that shit? Why are you not doing it? Because you don't have to talk. You could just do it. It's too much talking going on. And that's what happens. And that's how people get that disappointed and let down. You know, and you know, we all got to take responsibility that people are going to be people. Like Stevie Wonder says, and he says it so well. People are going to be people. Okay? So you have to say, okay, well, you can't put so much emphasis on a person where you feel like they can't let you down, because they will. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect everybody to always be on point with coming through for you. It's not really like, it's not realistic. As much, and I had to learn that the hard way, because when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Like, and if I can't do it, I will let you know. I'll call you and say I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or if now there are times, I can say there are times that I set out to do something, right? And I wanted to do it. And I meant for that to happen that way, and it didn't happen that way, right? And I let people down too, you know. But there still needs to be a conversation, you know, because that when that conversation is not had, that it is a hard conversation. It's not like it's easy, but when the conversation is had, it makes everything better. You know, at least you know where each other stands, especially in business, because when you're dealing with money and people's money and shit, or investors or people that invest in you, or vice versa, that can be a tough thing when that thing is not panning out how it's supposed to. If the numbers aren't returning right and things aren't coming back how you set out for it to be, it can be very challenging to have that conversation when you're dealing with thousands of dollars. Or, you know, even millions. Some people are dealing with millions of dollars, and that deal goes left, and it doesn't go the way that they set out for it to go. Man, it could be very embarrassing, and it could be hurtful. But it's still a conversation out of respect that needs to be had. The ghosting thing, y'all, like, that's not mature. We can't do that. We got to stop doing that. Now, if you find that you can't have a conversation with this other person about a lie that was told, or lies, plural, then at that point, it's okay to step back and evaluate. Because it was brought to my attention about communication. Another big piece of communication is processing the information. Like, let's just say we have like I tell you, I drop a load on you, some stuff, right? Some information. It might be relationship, heartfelt, or it might be something to do with your children, or it could be anything. It could be something to do with the business, or you find out somebody in your business is a mole, or somebody's stealing from you, or something like that, right? It's very important that when we get this information, that we like take a minute to process it first. Because even like in relationships, there's a lot of things that happen as you grow with another person that other person might not like, or they might peep some things that's like, this is something that is not in alignment with what I knew this person to be, or what I was told that they are, or who they presented themselves to me. This information is not in alignment with that, right? Or this action. So it's important, right, that you take a minute to process it and understand what is really happening right now. Like, what changed? Something changed. Or what did you take away from the conversation, right? The conversation has to be processed. And at that point, you being an imperfect human as well, because we can't judge other people. I have learned this the hard way. When you say, well, I would have never did that. And me personally, yeah, you might not have done that, right? But they are not you. So a white lie that you would tell is not a white lie that they would tell. And then vice versa. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, we got to just start being more honest. Like, I cannot get this done in 4 weeks for you. What I can do is I can get it done in 6 weeks, and you can pay me this number. I can do it. Like, people, it's negotiations. I cannot be a husband right now. I'm not in a position right now financially to be a husband. I'm not in a position mentally to be a husband. Or if you find along the way that that's the case, like, there's things, you might start the project and say, well, damn, it looks like we're running behind schedule. Looks like we're not going to make it. Let me pick up the phone and call the client and tell them that this is going to be a little bit behind. And they might get mad. Well, what do you mean? I need it by this. Now, you're in fear of losing a client, but you got to be honest and lose the client. It's less of a headache. Be you at all times, in business and pleasure. They either gonna take it or they gonna leave it. Either gonna leave or they gonna stay. We lie because we don't want to lose the client. We lie because we want that money. We lie because we don't want this nigga to leave us. Or we lie because we don't want the woman to leave us. Or we'll lie because we don't want our mama to know what we did. Or we'll lie because we got a party that's coming up and my mama gonna put me on punishment if I tell her this. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of reasons that people lie. But I just want you to know that you lied before. Everybody's lied before. There is not one person that I can think of that I know. I mean, I can't say I know none. They have not lied. Like, we all lie. Now, why do we lie? And there was a verse in the Bible, we are all, say God is perfect and we are all liars. until it said God is perfect. All men, all are men are liars, or something like. I'm sorry, I'm quoting it wrong, but it was something along those lines, where God is perfect, but all man is a liar. So I took that as we are all liars until we prove otherwise. I say I love you. I'm a liar until I prove that I love you. And love doesn't mean you're always happy and everything's go lucky. Love, is messy sometimes, and when you come through, you come through. And when you love, you love. If you love somebody, you love them. And you can love them the way you see fit. Like my ex, I love him, but I love him in a different way now from how I loved him before. I love him in a way where I send love and light. I don't want nothing bad. I just don't want him around me. But that's a different kind of love. Like, it's just, I wish you well. Like, I want you to be okay. I don't want you to be punished because we didn't work out. I just don't want you to be over here. You know what I'm saying? In my space. There's different types of love. Like, how many times you had to watch your kid fall, get back up, fall, get back up. And that could be in physical or spiritual or however. Like, you had to watch them crawl and fall and then learn how to walk a little bit. You couldn't help them really learn how to walk. They had to do that shit. Like right now, my kids are grown and I have to watch them do stuff that I know, but it's nothing I could do. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch them crawl so they can learn how to walk. That's a different kind of love. I just be there. A lot of us have codependency loves, and I know that I have created codependency bonds and relationships. So that's why I can speak on it, because I know that I have done that. Like, where I'm codependent on you. Like, I rely on you to feel a certain way, or I rely on you for things to be a certain way. That's codependent. I should feel that way regardless. And it's crazy how your other half can mess up your whole day, right? It can mess up your whole day. But you have to learn how to understand that you're separate individuals and you love that person, whether they're doing what you want them to do or not. If you love them, that means you love them. If they didn't do this thing, you don't love them no more? Can your love for someone else stand the test of time? Can your love for your passion of what you do stand the test of time? Can you do what it takes to get wherever you're trying to go? Do you love it that much? Do you love fixing motorcycles that much? Do you love fixing cars that much? Do you love driving trucks that much? Do you love selling drugs that much? Like, do you love cooking? Do you love whatever it is that you do, what you're passionate about? Do you love creating things? How much do you love this person or this thing or this business or this passion or this purpose or this child? How much? Quit saying that. You don't know what it is until you do it. Lies. Little white lies. They add up. And it forms your character. It forms to be who you are. You're a man of your word or you're not. We become liars without even noticing it. You lie to yourself all the time. And a girlfriend of mine brought it to my attention. She said, when you feel something in your intuition and you feel something, or you feel your inner compass telling you, or your inner God, or something telling you, a voice, man, woman, child, telling you something, and you don't listen to it, it's equivalent to looking in the mirror and saying, bro, I don't trust you. That's like telling yourself you don't trust yourself. That's like telling God, I don't trust you. But you'll trust somebody else outside of you. You, who you are, the entity of you, the makeup of you, trust somebody else or something outside of you. And that's happened to me many times, where I pretty much looked in the mirror and told myself, oh, I don't trust you. and it was bad. Oh, it went all bad. It went all bad. You know, so I'll choose to hold on to, you know, what I know now. I can't listen to the outside noise. That's going to steer me in the wrong direction. And I think that you should try it and just see where it takes you. You know, see where it takes you, because the lies are going to cause problems. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to your kids. And lying to your children is real bad, because I noticed, and I had a conversation with a girl that, my friend, she's actually started a terror. It's called The Realist. You need to go check her out. The Realist. She's awesome. Dope. On her way, okay? But we spoke briefly about like how you can have a perception of a parent, you know, and it could turn your world upside down, no matter how old you are. Because let's just, and I compared this to what she said, because I remember watching Love and Basketball, right? I've watched it like over and over and over, because I love Love and Basketball, because I love how their love story was, because I'm a hopeless romantic. So I love like how it went. Anyway, but at first I was like, how is he mad? His whole life got turned upside down when he found out his dad was cheating on his mom and shit like that, right? Y'all, if y'all watch Love and Basketball, y'all know what I'm talking about. And he just started drinking, and he started tripping, and he went ahead and wanted to get drafted. He didn't want to do the plan that his dad set out for him. Like, he was just totally acting out. He broke up with his girlfriend because, you know, he was just mad at her for no reason. And it was all because he felt some type of way about his father, and how he looked at his father like Superman. And just imagine at all the women, all the children who view our kings and our emperors, they view us all and they say, you know, this is how I look at them. Like, if my kids look at me, however my kids look at me, and they find out it's a lie, it affects them. I mean, on a big scale. Like, and you wouldn't think, because at first, again, I did not understand the connection. I'm like, why is he acting so out and ruining his life? Because he's like rebelling against his father, because he's mad at him, because he's like, damn, Dad, I thought you was that nigga. You was Superman to me. And you been fucking around on my mama this whole time, cheating on her and making her cry, making it look like she crazy, while all them nights she was yelling and mad. It was because you was doing stuff to her. It devastated him, and it really hurt him. It fucked him up. And that happens a lot when you lie. But you not, and people are like, oh, I'm just living my life, making mistakes, you know, But the truth is, it's lies. It's just lies. Lies you tell. Where do the lies that you tell take you? I'd like to know. Somebody tell me, comment, where did a lie that you told take you? And how far did it go before you decided to own up and fix it? And say, you know what? I'm gonna look in the mirror. I'm gonna take accountability. I'm a motherfucking liar. And I need to stop lying. because it's going to take me to places I don't want to go. It's going to cause me heartache. I'm about to lie. You know, we all lie. Like, me and my sister do it all the time. We be in a conversation. You be like, no, I'm lying. I'm about to lie. Like, you know, it's just like, we're human. Okay? And you can't point the finger at each other, but it is what it is. You know, we got to stop with the white lies. And we got to stop being plastic, motherfuckers. Stop being fake. You know, like, I just keep it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I have lied. But I'm just saying, for the most part, I say what it is. It's easier that way for me. What's the worst that can happen if I'm just telling the truth? Or I'm keeping it real with you? What's the worst that can happen? I'm not doing well. Niggas be like, oh, baby daddy be like, oh, I got money. I just can't give it to you. Okay, that's fucked up. But that's a lie. But, you know, that's fucked up. Because that means you'd rather tell me that you got money and you ain't going to give me none than just tell me that you don't have any. Because it's an ego thing. You going to do that. You don't see this as a problem, but it's a white lie. And then you keep telling another lie. And then you got to tell another lie. Then you got to... And then you think you could just go on like that and ain't nothing going to happen? Like, you got to be kidding me, okay? Hell, you're really lying to yourself. Because some people... A lot of people can see right through some shit. You know what I'm saying? When people be lying, talking too goddamn much, they be like, this motherfucker lying like hell. Mental note. And it's like, and most people that don't want to own up and take up, like, some people are in denial, complete denial that they're a liar, and some people just keep going with it, you know. And so those people, it's got to be like a mental note for you on the opposite end, because you know that they're not going to be honest with you. You know this. So it's just like, you just have to know how to handle them at this point, because you know they're going to keep doing it. So, like I said, I translated that scripture, what God says about liars and humans and us as human beings. We're all liars until we show that we're not. You say you want to do this thing, you're a liar till you do it, till it actually comes into fruition, until you make it happen. You ever look back and be like, man, that nigga said he did everything he said he was gonna do. He ain't do it. Like, he talked about it, and then when it actually happened and came, when they made that thing materialize, then you seen it to be the truth. But it's we don't want to say that they're a liar, but I know a lot of people would beg to differ. But I can translate that, me personally, to it's a lie until it happens. Like, how many times did you say you love somebody and it was a lie? You don't love them for real like you thought you did. It was a lie. Maybe you thought you did. Maybe you meant it at the time, but it's a lie. Because it didn't happen. The shit didn't happen. You didn't do what love does. Love liberates. It frees you. Love is there for you. Love is kind, patient. You know, it's there. Love is there. You're there. You know, you're there no matter what. You're there when it's nasty. You're there when it's clean. That's why the parent-child bond is so crazy, because we're always there. Always there. Even when you hate us, we there. I think a lot of times women are looking for that. And I think what we have to realize is that, you know, that's a time thing. It comes with time. Over time, a man will absolutely fall into love with you and adore you and be there for you no matter what. But it's time. You know, it's just time. But marinate on that. Comment on that. I would like some feedback on what I said, you know, about lies. Liar, liar, pants on fire, hang your butt on the telephone wire. Signing out. Till next time, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all. Oh, and I forgot to say the mantra. Do you want to say it? I am so happy and I am so grateful that money comes to you and I in increasing quantities on a continuous basis through various sources, all in a positive and peaceful manner. Good vibes only. I am free and I am awake. Oh, and shouts to Bob Proctor, RIP. He was a huge role in my growth. Bob Proctor was amazing, and I got a piece of that mantra from him. And he has just passed on. He's an older white man, and he was awesome. He had the best organization. He did some major life studying to get all the information that he got about how we have, you know, the difference between the paradigm with the brain, the subconscious and the conscious mind, and doing the paradigm shifts. And a paradigm shift is when you have been able to shift your autopilot, which is subconscious, to what you consciously want it to be, from your old belief systems to your new belief systems, and to where it's second nature, where it's not so hard. You don't have to work so hard when you change the subconscious, and you have to train it. So he's a big deal. Like, look into him. He's still got plenty of material out there, even though he's passed on. He's the living legend. So salute to Bob Proctor.